Good morning, welcome to the Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 17th of December. So, well, we had the Fed meeting out yesterday and not a lot of change there at all. Pretty much as expected. What we did have is a confirmation, and it's probably made the dollar even weaker, and certainly has made the dollar weaker, is the fact that the interest rates will be held at these very low levels for a long time. I'm talking 2-3 years ahead, so well, certainly 2 years it looks at the moment, but we'll see how things develop. But lots of data out yesterday, as I say, suggesting that this dovish approach is going to remain so long as needed. And well, that saw initially we saw a shot down there, so a bit of strengthening coming through, and then when the detail was out there and the dovish approach was taken, we've seen this sort of biggish retracement and making new highs for the euro. So what else we got? What we got today? We've got the UK's turn today. We've got the Bank of England MPC meeting, which is taking part at the moment, and we'll see the results of that very soon. Actually, it's midday today. It's they have done it early in the morning previously, but it is actually back to its normal 12 o'clock there. So we'll see the bank rate votes and monetary policy and official rate, and everyone is expecting it to be left pretty much alone at this stage. Now, it would have been different, I think, if we'd had a no-deal Brexit. They would have been expecting a cut in rates, but at this stage, it is an expectation that rates will be left just as they are. So everything pretty much the same for the pound there, I would expect. Through the afternoon, we've got some lower level data, really. ADP non-farms for Canada, and the Philly Manufacturing Index, the US, and unemployment claims in the US. We have got an MPC speaker, Broadbent, speaking later at 3:30. That could create a bit of movement, but his speech is due to deliver his COVID and the composition of spending, so I doubt if it'll do too much. Anyway, there we are. That's today's news. Looking then technically, well, the euro pushed up yesterday, and we've seen a solid start to today at this stage. In fact, we really need to come right the way back. This is a weekly chart, and you can see we've through the whole of 2019 we've managed to break all the highs, previous highs, and we're starting to work towards that monthly 200 at this stage. Prior highs may be a bit of a resistance beforehand. Did see a couple of banks suggesting 125. Well, maybe maybe we'll see those figures hit in the earlier part, but there may be a realization at some point that there are problems in the European region as well, and we may see that relax somewhat. But for now, the euro is pushing up higher. We just got to watch what the trend's doing and the flows, and just go with it for now. And really, for me, I'm just looking for any opportunities on any retracements, any decent retracements. I mean, we have got an untouched daily pivot. Will it come back to that today? It's pretty unlikely, I think, but if we get back to 21 and get a bit of bounce off that 21, maybe that will give us the opportunity to get in. The pound, let's have a look at the pound here. So similar strong movements yesterday and running into today already, pushing out away from where this mean sort of regression channel. We're pushing out the highs of that. It does tend to work its way back to that mean quite frequently, but for now it is getting ahead of itself. Not seeing anything quite yet on the Brexit chatter wars, but I'm sure we'll see something in a short while. But for now, there's the belief that a deal can be done. There was comments coming out yesterday suggesting that they're getting close on some things. Well, we'll see. But for now, it is continuing to shove up there. Oops, I'm just looking at money flows. Let's just look at the RSI. Yeah, a bit of divergence into these highs. I was just looking. I thought there might be a bit of divergence, but at the moment, you don't want to be stepping in front of this, I think. Again, retracements may offer an opportunity, but with the pound, there's that added risk of Brexit. Dollar yen. Well, the yen's continued its path as well. It's been running through here. I was looking at this last night with temptation to run into a bit of a short on it, but the problem I have with the yen is it's near some key lows here. Its monthly S1 here, which is not far off, may in fact give it a bit of support. There's no rumour at the moment of intervention, but the Japanese don't like it down right away down here, and the central bank may look at measures just to soften things, but for now, continued strength coming all the way through this yen. Okay, that's the yen. Okay, Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, good shove ahead again. Again, it's just dollar weakness all the way through. With all these markets, just looking at this, there's a inverted head and shouldery pattern that's sitting there over the last week, forming or finishing the formation, and that's shoved up, and really we would have been hitting the targets on that if we had looked at it. Again, really maybe looking to retracements. Bit oversold here, so any retracement may see it. I say oversold, it's probably the wrong term because I'm looking at an RSI, but a bit of extreming here. The RSI figures really pushing up, but when we see this, if any retracement often sees a strong second thrust up there. Canadian dollar was sluggish yesterday, and in fact didn't do too well. We closed up, really, the US dollar, Canadian dollar, but we've seen since then probably seen a better move down in some respects, down back to those lows there in the continuation. Again, retracements would be necessary. It's a dodgy one to be trading through the European session. It so often doesn't go anywhere, but having said that, last couple of days we've seen a bit more movement. Okay, that's the Canadian. Aside of that, then let's have a look at the S&Ps. Good news for the S&Ps, low interest rates, and well, I'm just coming back daily wise here. Didn't have such a surge on there yesterday. It's quite a muted response there, but we're going back into new all-time highs as I'm looking at this on the futures, pushing into that territory as I speak. He says, "Yep." Pushing back in there, and as I said yesterday, it's just opportunities to every retracement on this market at the moment seems like an opportunity to be pushing for the long side. Okay, that's the S&Ps. Gold, can answer questions on gold. It's just pop gold on here. There we go. So gold just continuing its move at the moment. It's again, yesterday managed to push up here. There's some. This is quite key now. It's pushing into this sort of prior high here, confirming a higher low. I think it was on Forex Live yesterday. I was reading of they put the stats together of gold's chances of going high into February, and well, it's certainly helped by yesterday's Fed announcement there, and we're seeing a continuation push up here. Low inflation expected is often good for gold, and we're seeing, as I say, seeing this pushing up. For now, I don't see any chances of getting into this, but maybe again any solid retracement may give an opportunity to play in this current trend. Okay, and finally oil. If you've got questions on this, do post them in there and I'll answer any questions. If you want to look at any other markets, I'm quite happy to look at those. Looking at oil here, then pushing up again, solid movement here on the dailies all right the way through, and it's really been seen as a positive for oil. We're pushing at this stage. We'll be pushing up towards $50 at some stage nearer, but it still has. I'm sort of looking at a shorter time frame. Still has a bit of double divergence kicking through there. I think it's getting ahead of itself somewhat, personally, in terms of from a fundamental point of view. There is so much in the way of stocks and possible production out there that this could be stifled, but maybe the $50 area is the target for OPEC, etc., and well, maybe it will be just held up there one way or another. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. I wish you a great day's trading, and I will speak to you in the morning. Bye for now.